this is definitely the most ambitious dress I have ever attempted to make. So. Let me paint you a picture. Little me got this gorgeous, gorgeous Barbie from her grandpa in 2000, I want to say 6. I wasn't the biggest Barbie fan. I just liked playing dress up. And this Barbie had the dress. I was obsessed with this dress. I did not want to wear anything else except this dress. And I realized that all the grown-ups around me were not wearing this dress, even though they had free will and money and could buy whatever they wanted. Now, fast forward a little bit, a lot of it actually, and I forgot about her. And then the other day, for some reason, she resurfaced in my brain. And I realized I now have the power to have that dress because I sew now. So I want to make her dreams come true and give her the dress she deserves. Let me present to you my dream Barbie.
I hope you're ready, baby girl, because this is going to be a ride. As you can see, the fabric I ordered did not come in white. It actually came in this weird lilac. The tulle was dirty gray. The glitter layer, that was fine. It just made my house glitter. It's been a year. Yes, I know, please don't judge me. And I still find glitter. Glitter, that was really American. I still find glitter everywhere. But most importantly, that snowflake layer on top, that I ordered from Etsy and it was perfect. Look at this. It is so beautiful. It made me want to recreate the Elsa dress from the first Frozen movie because that had a chokehold over me 10 years ago. But 10 years ago, I did not own a sewing machine or the brain capacity to make this dress. I've never really done princess seams before, so the seams that go over the bust to the waist. So I used my Lutterlow kit, which I've worked with a few times with medium success. It's a system that works with only 2 of your measurements, and I know it works for a lot of people, but I think there's something off with my proportions or with my measuring skills or something because it just never gives me the perfect fit that others get, and I don't know why.
Hello, hello, hello. I was gonna say good morning, but it's way past morning. This is how far I got yesterday. This is my actual mock-up. We're now gonna cut into this and take off the whole top to make it an off-shoulder, no-sleeve situation. Take it apart again, and then also use this as my lining. I've never really made a mock-up because in my head it's always a bit of a waste of time, and I never have enough time because I'm always running late for everything. So making a mock-up is like stupid to me, which I know it's not. I know there's a purpose to the mock-up. I'm gonna cut out the skirt pieces first, and then jump back to the bodice, make the bodice, then make the skirt, attach it, and that should be it. Okay, this is her. It's pretty good. And what we're gonna do now is just chop it off, which is a bit terrifying. This is kind of where I want the skirt to attach, so this is my belly button, and I'm gonna chop it off a bit up below that, because I'm scared, so...
After analyzing the dress, I decided to do 3 layers of circle skirts. They're all half circle skirts, and I always use the circle skirt calculator from Mood Fabrics. I'll link it down below. They also give you cutting instructions, which I just do not understand. I only use it to calculate my waist circumference, which you would think that I would know by now because I've made many circle skirts, but I just can't remember it. My brain is filled with an unprecedented amount of musical lyrics from my Glee era. And while that might not sound useful to some of you, if I am ever asked to perform an impromptu Broadway number or a Journey song to prove my worth, this is my headcanon, then I am ready and I will shine. For the first layer, we're using the satin fabric that was supposed to be white, but is mysteriously lilac. I actually went back and checked my order because it's not unlike me to order the wrong color by accident. But I did order white, so I don't know what happened. Maybe it was lying next to a different colored fabric. I don't know. The second layer is the tulle that was also supposed to be white, but looks like it was dragged behind the exhaust pipe of my dad's old car. And then finally, we have the glitter tulle layer, which is beautiful, but also permanently left its mark on my apartment. And I'm pretty sure whoever will move in after me will also still find glitter. They'll find glitter when they tear this building down, I'm sure. Now, because I wanted the skirt to be gathered, I didn't use my normal waist circumference. I actually multiplied it by 1.5 and then gathered it all up using 2 parallel stitches with my machine set, with my machine set to the longest stitch length, no back stitching, and then you can just gather the whole thing up to fit your waist. And depending on your fabric, this is either very satisfying or your worst nightmare. Luckily, I was blessed and this was a lot of fun, and I just think this is so gorgeous. I just could not stop staring at it. I was so happy with the results. Just like a lot of great artists from the past, I was feeling inspired by my own work and immediately started working on the bodice, which I thought was going to be just as fun and easy as the skirt, but turns out bodices are hard.
So it is day 3 of making this dress, the last full day I have, because tomorrow I go back to work for a while. And most of the day was spent having an existential crisis about interfacing. So I had to go into town to the fabric store to buy some, which I did. I also got a zipper, which we are... So because I went through my whole fabric stash, I actually found fabric we can use for the little, like, poofy fur situation. It's obviously not fur, not even close. Ta-da! I think it's... Actually, I have no idea what it's called, but it's at least a little bit fur-like. Anyway, after my little panic morning, let's now attach the interfacing to the satin bodice, and then we'll see what's next, because I'm not sure.
Pop quiz! How many layers do we have so far? Correct, it's 2. Our lining layer, which used to be the mock-up, and our satin layer, to which I added the interfacing, which did ruin it a little bit, but you will see that later. The emotions you experience when you cut into beautiful fabric like this need to be studied because it's equally parts horribly terrifying, but also so much fun. It's just something about it just tickles my monkey brain in the exact right spot. I had to go through so much footage of this because I just filmed it from every angle and from like all possible distances because it was just so satisfying. Also, if you're noticing that the light keeps switching from warm to cold, something's up with my camera and I don't want to look into it. I'm really sorry. Also, I'm sorry if you didn't notice it and now you do.
Guys,
It's been 2 weeks.
I'm officially calling this day 4 because it's day 4 of working on this dress. Is it actually day 4? No, I don't remember anything from where we picked off, and I'm too everything to go look at the footage. So we're just going to continue where I think we should continue. We have a skirt, a very pretty glittery skirt. And we also have multiple pieces of a bodice. We have the lining, which was our original mock-up. We have the satin part of the bodice, so that's the second layer. If the skin, like, I was going to say skin first, but I hope so. Satin that has been interfaced, and I fear it's a bit stiff. So we'll see how that works out. And we also have our gorgeous snowflake layer. Oh, it's so pretty. Which I actually ended up adding another satin layer to because of a reason that I had 2 weeks ago that I don't remember now. This is all just based on vibes. So I added basting stitches because they were shifting around a lot and I want to put them through my serger. I don't know if my sewing machine or my serger will survive these things. I've seen people like pick them apart to put through their sewing machine, but I don't want to do that. That's too much work. It's been a hot minute. Remember, we love each other. Actually, I could have cleaned this. Why? Who's? No? Oh, you. This one sometimes just gets stuck on itself and needs an extra spot.
I have never changed the settings on my serger because I don't understand how a serger works. I don't understand what any of the settings are. And if they ever change by accident, I'm probably going to need to get a new serger because I don't understand a single thing about it. It's an absolute mystery. And that's okay. I also don't know how a sewing machine works. That's also a mystery. Seeing how bad these bodice pieces look after I overlocked them and removed the basting stitches, I probably should not be boasting with that. I probably should go to some kind of sewing course where they teach me stuff because it looked really bad. One of my great skills in life is actually ignoring a problem until it goes away, so that is exactly what I intended to do here. While assembling this I'm sorry. With every panel I added from the interfaced satin bodice, she was looking less and less like a snatched queen and more like a tree trunk, I would say. But like I said, I'm the master of pretending something doesn't exist, so we're continuing with the snowflake layer, which is the only one I actually wanted to work on. I am a whore for good packaging. It doesn't matter if it's wine or books or apparently bodices. Does it really need to be structurally sound if the fabric on the outside is so pretty? Yes, it does. You'll see later that it's really important. But look at it. It's so pretty.
Pinning them wrong sides together. Hello, by the way. Because I don't want to turn them inside out because the edge can be raw on the top because we're going to have the fur covering it. I hope you understood that.
Let me know if you did understand that because I had to listen to that 3 times to understand what I meant. I am attaching the mock-up layer, which is the lining, and the interface satin layer together along the top edge. And I'm making sure that all of the seams align because I want to add boning. And because the upper edge of the bodice will be covered with the fur layer, we can actually do it wrong sides to wrong sides because we don't need to flip anything around.
I'm definitely doing side darts, and I think I'm just going to use the side seams for that. And I wanted to do these princess seams, but then I realized that I don't think darts can... Why do you keep saying darts? I don't think seam... I'm also really shook by the fact that I thought this thing was going to be perfectly symmetrical and I could just attach the layers together without any troubles, but it wasn't.
and that hurt. Just added the boning, and I thought that would make everything prettier, but it did not. It does make it more snatched, but I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a lot of space here, and you don't know why. I'm gonna update you on this dress situation because I'm running out of patience as always. Also, I don't know why every time I film, I get this exact pimple. Every time. Here's the stitch. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. There's glitter everywhere now. I finished all the eyelets. We're gonna make these one. I'm just gonna attach them along the top, the wrong side of this one facing the inside layer, so the shiny layer of the corset. And then we're gonna do the sleeves. And if I manage that today, I'm gonna be so incredibly happy. I have to go back to work tomorrow. It's already stressing me out so much. Promise I like sewing, I just can't do it right now. I can't do sewing. I can't do sewing, so let's sew. Oh. I've tied up the lace back. I don't know if you can see. I'm already like sore on my armpit. Did you see how high it is? That actually looks so stupid. I'm definitely gonna cut down like I think 2 centimeters like all around. And then I have to figure out how to close this part. I somehow didn't think of that, which is so stupid. Why did I not think of that? I don't know what to do. I just want this project to be over. It doesn't look good. Like, why is it doing that? I ended up ordering these hooks and eyes from Amazon, which definitely solved my brain not being able to move on, but it didn't solve the fact that it looked really bad. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I had the flu and I'm just recovering. And in my head, my voice sounds really, really cool. But I know it doesn't sound the same to other people. So can you let me know if you think my voice sounds cool? Because I think it sounds really cool and I don't want it to go back to normal. After adding those hooks and eyes, I was finally done with the bodice and I was ready to throw it into the trash. But we're moving on and we're doing the sleeves. Did you think we were done? No, we still have to add sleeves.
Bad news, I sewed her together the wrong way. So the seam is outside, and I thought I was smart sewing it with my serger. Now I have to unpick that. Is this productivity? Am I doing things?
And now finally it was time to attach the bodice to the skirt, and this is always one of my favorite steps. I know I've been complaining a lot and it really does not look the way I hoped it would look, but this step is where it turns from 2 discombobulated glitter explosion pieces in this case into an actual dress and the vision comes to life. Now all that's left to do is to close up the back and add the fur details, but first I did some experimenting.
Took the boning out? Not mad about it.
So after spending hours of my short time on this beautiful earth adding the boning, I just took it back out again and ignored that ever happened. But one thing I couldn't ignore is that it was still really poofy beneath the chest area, so I just decided to not open it back up again because I'm not insane. But I just made it a bit tighter along the side seams through all of the layers, which nearly killed my machine, but it did look better in the end. The wannabe fur details needed to be added to the top of the dress, so around the bodice and the sleeves, then to the bottom of the dress. That one was around, I think, 4 meters. It was gigantic. And then also to the sleeves. I used some leftover batting and then just wrapped it up like a present with my fluffy white fabric. And now, my faithful and very patient friends, please rise for the reveal of my childhood dream Barbie dress that only took me 1 year to edit.